So, how's your email etiquette? Have you mastered the subject line? Have you mastered what to put in the body of an email? How's your follow up skills with emails? Today, we're going to talk about my top tips on mastering email etiquette. Stay tuned. Let's go. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back to my channel, you excellent elites. I'm so happy you're here. For my new subscribers, thank you so much. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Here is where we discuss everything executive assistant, and I look forward to having conversation with you. So, today we're going to talk about email etiquette. Did you know email etiquette is crucial to mastering as an executive assistant? You must master email etiquette. It's not only crucial, but it's vital to enhancing your career to the next level. Did you know that email is the first point of contact the majority of the time with your employer, with your stakeholders, with your colleagues, um, pretty much everyone? The majority of the time you're introduced through email. If you're looking for a job, what do? You send a cover letter through email or whatever, that platform is. However, your writing and your emails is how you correspond afterwards. So let's say you have a flawless resume, and all of a sudden they send you an email and your punctuation sucks. It just sucks. You can't get your periods right. You have spaces where spaces don't need to be. Um, that's a direct reflection on you as a professional. So let's get to tip number one. Tip number one: managing your tone. A lot can be misinterpreted through email. So I find that if I smile, even when I'm pretty ticked off, yeah, those stupid emails you get, and then you're like, mm, what in the hell? Yeah, they tick me off a little bit because they're useless, and you're asking me for stuff that probably you can find your own. But I'm gonna get back from off the rant. I'm gonna bring it back in. So your tone, be intentional. Be intentional to be kind. Um, if you send an email that I'm gonna say is rough around the edges, and those emails. Um, uh, you know, I ask you to do it, and I'm gonna need you to, and it's your fault emails, those kind of things, placing blame emails because someone's got you caught up in some nonsense. Reel it back in. Your tone, again, is a direct reflection of your professionalism. You don't want to come across as the angry person. In my case, the angry black woman. I'm not doing that. You're not going to get that. It's never going to happen. Mm-mm. So your tone needs to, again, it needs to be able to correspond in a way that sounds friendly, direct to the point, um, especially if you're angry. It's easy to say, I hope your day is going well. Or um, at the end of an email, if you need further assistance, please give me, a ring, or please let me know, or if you need further assistance, those are the operative words. If you need, you want to always remain as an assistant. Yeah, we get ticked off. We get ticked off a lot, but this is not the time or the business to send a derogatory, I'm pissed off at you email. And I would suggest also that when you're angry, sleep on it for 24 hours. I would suggest not sending any emails. If that's something that's got to wait for 24 hours, please let it wait for 24 hours. If you're that angry, or if you're that upset, or if you're that challenged, and or you're feeling some type of way about something, mm-mm, leave it alone, step away, uh, come back, but don't touch it for at least 24 hours, if at all possible. Most of the time, that's possible. It is the majority of the time very possible. You need to really practice that. Don't be firing off, clapping back. Sit back and calm your tail down, and then go back and look at it later. So now, on for tip number two. Tip number two, punctuation and grammar. Okay, I just have to say this. It bothers me so much in today's corporate workplace that, and not even corporate workplace, it's just everywhere. You send an email, you're professional. Hi, hello, dear, that's your greeting. And you're very clear, you're concise on what the communication is all about, it's to the point. And then someone responds back to me with IDK, comma, BC. I wasn't there at that time. No. The only acronyms you should be using is the company's acronyms. Doggone it, if it's so hard for you to spell out a full word, it's not that difficult. Most of us know how to read, write, and spell. Like, it's not that difficult. And furthermore, this is not social media. So those spaces in between the period, they don't belong there. The spaces in between the exclamation marks, they don't belong there. Um, Check your punctuation, check your grammar, make sure that it's appropriate communication for a business environment. Again, this is not Instagram, it's not TikTok, no slang, no slang. Have a great day. Have a great rest of your day. Not deuces or peace out. I've seen it. I don't know. I don't understand it, but I've seen it. No, not for corporate, not for business, period. Again, you're maintaining a professional stance on every single thing that you touch, not just emails, but phone calls, etc. You are a direct reflection of your boss and the company. Come on. And you want to build your brand. Nope. Just no. So, on to tip number three. Tip number three, your emails should be clear, concise, easy to understand, providing a call to action if that's what is applicable. But it should not be rambling. It should not be too much information, although kind of it's a fine line for me, because depending on the subject, sometimes too much information will save you 20 emails going back and forth. If you can give it all at that in that one email, then give it to them. If you can't give it to them all in that one email, then sometimes it's easier to pick up the phone. So that's another tip. We'll get to that in a minute. I didn't tell you. Stay to the end of the video. I've got a bonus tip that's probably going to enhance your career. I think you'll be pretty excited. And you probably know this stuff already, but sometimes you just got to hear it. Sometimes you just got to hear it. And that's what my channel does. All right, so be clear, be concise. Um, don't write a book. Your subject line should never say FYI. Your subject line should never say question. Your subject line should probably be something along the lines of draft agenda for meeting January 15th, 2026. Your subject line should also be something like takeaways from meeting on such and such date. Um, it should not be a paragraph. Do you need my help with anything with records retention because it's due on September 24th and I'm the only one working on it right now? And then in the body of the email, you list all of the explanations on why you're asking for help. I mean, that's probably a bad example, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. Keep it short and sweet, get to the point, make it clear, make it concise. Yes. Number 4, response time. That is critically important as an EA, as an excellent elite, because what happens is there's progress taking place via email. And when that email comes to you, you're part of that progress. It automatically puts you involved in whatever that task is. Here's the crazy part though. We know this is the point in your day where interruptions normally happen. You're doing your day-to-day job. You've got your boss asking for you. You've got emails. Oh, here's another side tip. Keep your email front and center during business hours. It's don't look for the little envelope to pop up because you're working on something else. You should have at least side by side screens open so you can see your email at all times. That's just a tip that I do. I personally look at my email all day. I had 2 desks, one on one side and one on the other side, and one that joined both. And although my back would be turned from my monitor, I would turn back all day long, all day long. It's imperative. I would not stop looking at my email no longer than 5 minutes. And something will trigger me and say, oh my gosh, go check your email. Something important could be there. Sometimes it was, sometimes it wasn't. But getting into the routine of checking your email consistently all day long, that's going to really help you. Now, of course, you're going to go to lunch and, you go to lunch, forget the email. But when you get back, that should be the first thing you do is check your email. So that's another little tip. If you're working on something, a task that it's only going to take a few minutes to finish up, then yeah, let that email wait. However, if you have an opportunity to answer that email right then and there, do so. I would send an email a response email that says, I'm on it. Will do. Working on a project, I'll get back to you shortly. That doesn't take my mind off of the task I'm working on or whatever is popping at that moment, but it will buy some time. So later on, when I get to it, I get to it. And I go back to my video. You have to know your boss. You have to know your business. You have to know your boss. you'll know everything that's going on that's relative to his life, relative to the company. You should be in the mix of all of that. Whether it's eavesdropping on conversation or reading emails, you should know everything, not everything, of course, but the majority of surface information that's provided. You should be on top of that. If there's a newsletter, read that newsletter. But okay, I'm get back on topic again. Number 5, email overload. Yes, I think most of us have been in a situation where the emails never stop coming. The requests, they never stop coming. Um, juggling, juggling. Now, you have your to do list that you put together the morning or the day before, and let's say there's 10 to do tasks on your to do list. You're on email and you find yourself doing this all day long. And those 10 tasks, they're just sitting over there dormant right now. They're looking back at you like, "Hello, did you forget about me?" My goal is to at least try to complete 5. Whatever number there is, try to complete half of them. So you've gone through emails all day long. You've helped people, you've intervened, you've assisted, you've scheduled meetings, you've scheduled flights and calendarings, and now it's about the end of the day. You got about an hour left, and your to-do list is still looking at you, going, "What you write me for?" I'm not gonna go away. I'm still here. I'm not going nowhere. So then you make a mad dash and try and knock off at least or how many you can. You most of the time you find the easiest ones, but the hardest ones, they still lie dormant. So here's a suggestion on email overload. It's simple, or I should say it sounds simple. Some people find it difficult to do, but prioritize. Prioritize your emails, prioritize your task. The daily interruptions are not going to stop, they don't go away. It's guaranteed to happen every day, all day. Unless it's a one man office, then maybe that's not, so true. But guess what? If it's a two-person office and you have clients and stakeholders, you're still going to get those interruptions. It's hard to focus, so you have to prioritize. I did a video on that as well, time management. Watch that video, it's going to help you. All right? So let's go to number 6. Number 6. I mentioned this earlier, but I really want to tap into it a little bit more. And that's writing long, long, long emails. Um, the majority of the time, it's painstaking to read a 4-paragraph email or a combined 4-paragraph email that's in one paragraph, and it's like, chapter 1 and 2 of your best novel, and you have to weed through what the purpose is of the email, how it relates to you, and I don't care about what your purpose is of asking me to provide information. Just ask me to provide that information. I don't need to know the backstory. I don't need to know who wants it. I don't need to know, when it's due, when you need it's due, to your people. You can tell me when I need to have it due to you, but I don't need to know all that information. Just, again, I'm going to talk about it probably again in this video. Short and sweet. Short. Don't write a book. I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just not. I'm going to scan through it and go through all of the irrelevant parts, get to the part that's applicable to me, and hopefully that's clear because now you're bogged down with all this extra crap that doesn't even relate to you. It relates to the sender. No. Okay. Here's another option. Pick up the phone. Pick up the phone and call. Just make a phone call. It is so easier to call and have a conversation for 5 minutes and say, hey, I didn't feel like sending you a book. So I just wanted to tell you here's what's going on. Yada, 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 yada. The only time that you should write a long, long, long email where the body of the email is super long, maybe 2 pages, is if you're planning a meeting and there are detailed instructions for each attendee. The name of the hotel, the dress code, the name of the dinner, the location of the dinner. These are, the dress codes again for dinner. If it's specifics like that, yes, you write that long email and don't you leave out anything. You cover every single thing that you possibly can the first time. That way you're not going back and forth and back and forth. And I'm going to do a video on meeting planning at some point in time, but I think that that would be the only exception to that rule. If it is instructions, if there are again attendees that they need to respond to you by a due date, again, write all of that stuff down. But if it's just information, hey, how do I complete an office supply order? I would send one email, save that email in case somebody else asks you, copy and paste and send it again, when needed in the future. But yeah, that people don't read that. They just don't read it. You're rambling. You're just rambling. I don't know. That's my suggestion. Next tip. This is a big one. I should put asterisk by this one. Proofread your email before you send it. And I do mean proofread it. Proofread who it's going to. Proofread BCCs. Proofread your subject line, short, sweet, no errors. Proofread the body of your email, grammar, punctuation, clarity, concise. Proofread all of that. Proofread to make sure that your attachments are there. Please find attached. You send it off, no attachments. That's one extra step, one added stress level of your day. We are already stressed, you know? So make it a best practice to proofread your email. I talk about it all the time. If it's an important email, if it's a sensitive email, man, blast that sucker out, step away, and then come back and proofread it one more time. It's nothing better for an important email or communication. Put it together, walk away, get away from it. Go have a chat, get some coffee, get some water, walk down the hall, go to the restroom, do whatever you have to do to step away from it because your mind's going to start going other places. That means that now you're going to be thinking about other things. You're not going to be thinking about that one email. Then go back and you look at it again. And sometimes you'll catch things, sometimes you won't, but it works. It works. If it's something that needs to go immediately, that's when you really want to make it short and sweet because you don't have to proofread a book. Just again, take that tip. It's super important. It's going to save so much stress on you. I did a video about the recall queen. Don't be the recall queen. So go back and watch my videos. I think you guys will find them pretty interesting. And don't forget to stay to the end for that bonus tip. Now, on to the next tip. I don't know if this is a tip or not, but it's definitely a pet peeve of mine. And it just bothers me. It bothers me so bad. Your email signature, your e signature, when you write your name in that script font versus a professional font, Times New Roman, Calibri, whatever you use, whatever your company's font is, yeah, no. Yeah, no. Mm-mm. It is so ugly. It looks so childish. It is so unprofessional. Half the people these days can't read cursive. They were not taught cursive writing in school. They really don't know what your name is. They don't know what your name is. Please, just use a normal font. Your email signature, and I'm going to tap on these too, should have your name legibly. It should have your title, administrative assistant to Mr. Jones, executive assistant to Mr. Johnson. It should have your phone number, your business phone number, your contact information, your email, and it should have the company's website. That's all you need. I don't think that there's more. All of the daily quotes, the inspirational quotes and all that, that's great and dandy. For your personal email, you want to write your name script in your personal email, go for it. You want to put in each one, teach one for your motivational statement at the end of your email signature, keep that for your personal. It's really not appropriate for business. Business is business. And yeah, I don't want people thinking that I'm anything other than business. So let's keep it professional. All right. Last tip before my bonus tip. This tip pertains to following up on emails. It's one thing to answer emails, but it's another thing to follow up on emails. We get so many emails during the day, and it's very easy for some email follow ups to slip through the cracks. I mean, again, we're multitasking. We're like octopus. We have 8 arms and we're doing all these crazy things during the day. And it's a fact, that's what we do. But following up on one simple email or one crucial email can be detrimental to your career. Um, I find it interesting that a lot of people don't set tasks in their email or Outlook. I set tasks, and that ensures that I follow up. Now, the tasks are not um, dated, due by, etc. in Outlook. It's just a red flag. It's highlighted in yellow. I pull up my task using the task icon to sort it. I pull it up, and there's every single thing that I need to do. Just mark them off, click them done, check, check, completed, 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 completed. But following up on emails is essential. It's essential. It's just essential. So that leads me to my bonus tip. And be mad if you may, but reading emails is fundamental. Do you know how many people, and including me, I've done it. Oh, guilty as charged. You scan through those emails and then you miss a critical part that you probably should have read. But, hey, it happens. It's important to read those emails. As I mentioned earlier, you send me a long, long email, I'm going to scan through it, but at the end of the day, I'm going to print it out. And when I get ready to work on it, I'm going to actually read exactly what that email is saying. I already know the gist of it. Like, okay, we need to take this portion of this task. Um, but sometimes there's some pretty critical information in there. And here's the thing. Here's why I say reading is so fundamental. Sometimes there are hidden um, hidden information. There's hidden information in emails, meaning that not everybody spells everything out for you. Some people just want to get it done, and they don't put in bold the due date. They don't say it's due by Friday, October 3rd, 2025 by noon. They say get it to me as soon as you can. Super vague, but that's something that normally I would look for. Like, okay, they're asking me to do this. When do I need to get it back to them? Nope. Sometimes it's just get it to me. So, again, reading is fundamental. Excellent elites. I have a call to action for you. If you have email etiquette tips that I've not touched on, um, please put them in the comment section. Let's talk about them. Let's talk about them. Don't forget to hit like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And again, thank you so much for joining me. I love you so much. And that's the end of my video. I'll see you next time.